Okay, guys, let's get into it. This is my first commentary video. I told you guys that we will be doing hip hop and politics. Hip hop news is going to be coming from a perspective of not only someone who's clearly black, but I'm also a Republican, a newly formed and born Republican. I'm proud. I'm not going to pretend to be something else. I'm not going to say I'm something else. I'm Republican. I've always been a Democrat, grew up Democrat. My family um, are actually not Democrats, um, but they have Democratic values, and uh, that's just always what I've done, and that's always what I believed in. Um, Last, I want to say maybe, I'll just say year, I just saw the world differently. Um, to be honest with you, I just opened my eyes and opened up my mind and just actually did my own research, which you're going to hear a lot of people who turn from Democrats to Republicans are going to tell you they've done their own research. That's usually where a lot of this comes from. Oh, I did my own research and realized half the stuff I've been told are lies or misleading. Um, I do think that some of the things may come from a good place originally, but has skewed off and it just doesn't make any sense. One thing that I will try my hardest to absolutely not do, which a lot of people do, I want to be called out on it every single time. I hate hypocrisy. One of my biggest pet peeves are hypocrites. And I get it. We're human beings. We're natural born hypocrites. But we should try to avoid that of all course. If we're going to say that we have true values, those values should be true and tested, which means you shouldn't have to turn back on those values 2 seconds later just because it doesn't fit the hypocrisy that you just spewed 4 or 5 minutes ago. So, this is my little rant. I apologize. This first video is not a hip hop video. This first video is actually going to be more on the political side because this is, oh, I forgot to tell you, not only doing politics, we're also doing sports. But this is more of a sports slash a political topic. So there was a Virginia student in her freshman year. She had posted a video. In this video, it was on Snapchat, and she says the N word. Um, she didn't say it in a mean way, a mean spirited way. She didn't say it to be racist. She didn't say it to disown anybody. I'm not offended by it. There may be lots of people look just like me that's not offended by it. And there may be lots of people look just like me and are offended by it. Clearly, in this situation, though, someone who looks like me was offended. Saved the video for 4 years. Just think about this. A Snapchat video, you take that and you store it and save it for 4 years. She gets accepted to college, about to go live her best life. She makes the cheerleading squad. This is all going to go from Virginia now to Tennessee. Now he posts the video to call her out on it, and her scholarship is now at this point withdrawn from Tennessee. She's essentially been canceled, cancel culture. That's going to be a big topic for me. Um, and now she's going to community college because last minute changes, and all because of a video she made. Uh, when she was a freshman. Just think about that, guys. A freshman. But so, my thoughts. One of the biggest and scariest things when it comes to the other party, the Democratic Party, and people of that ilk, they love to spew this thing called cancel culture. Here is the biggest thing I do not understand with these people, or people that believe in cancel culture, is where do you leave the chance and opportunity for growth? Meaning, if I'm 2 years old and I do something bad, I should be canceled? Well, someone will say, of course not, you're being crazy. Okay, well, 2 years old, let's add a one in front of that too. So now I'm 12 years old. Again, I do something bad at 12 years old. Should I now be canceled? Of course not. You're crazy. Okay, let's add, I don't know, 5 years to that. I'm still technically not an adult, 17 years old. Again, I do something stupid, bad. Should I now be canceled? Of course not. You're not even an adult yet. You don't know what you're doing. Well, doesn't that not apply for this young lady here? I am not here to justify what she has done and what she posted. Again, I'm not offended. Um, and I can give you a quick reasoning why I'm not offended, and it comes down to the music that I enjoy. I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. I listen to rap music. I am a hip hop lover. I am an R&B lover. Those are my two favorite genres of music, bar none. I know I listen to some stuff that are, no, my favorite artist is Drake. So I listen to some Drake and whatever you could call that type of music. Some Kendrick Lamar, some J. Cole's, whatever you want to categorize those guys as. But I also listen to the street stuff too. I'm not going to be hypocritical and say I don't. When I'm in the car, it's the weekend. We about to go party with the bros. We got that stuff that looks like we about to go rob and kill somebody. That's just the type of music that's rocking out. Some of it is also some, drug-based music as well, which is, again, I'm being completely transparent. But the point is, regardless of who the artist is, 90% of the time in hip hop music, the N word is spewed all the time, multiple times. And you know you're making a song, a music that's going to be listened to and replayed and rechanted by your audience, whatever that audience is, right? Um, and in that audience is not going to just appease to just people that look like you come from where you come from. You can, like myself, appeal to people like me who, yeah, I do come from the streets. And again, this is brand new, first video. We're gonna get into all of that, my background, all that stuff. Some of the stuff I've done that's not good, some stuff I've done that is good. But there's going to be all types of people from all types of backgrounds that's going to listen to your music and not care or like it. So you'll get some people from all types of different backgrounds and different ears of music and say, you know what, that's pretty catchy, or I kind of like what's being said, or I like the beat. How many times you hear that? And then, there's just happen to be some lyrical content that goes to it that it's you know what I mean? It's what it is. So some of those words are getting repeated. And then you're kind of encouraging that behavior. And the ones that want to cancel these people usually aren't the people that are directly offended by this. They're just pretending to be. Most of these people that's canceling this people, want to cancel this woman, this young lady, probably look just like this young lady. So it's kind of like, well, what are we doing here? You're going to tell us how we should be offended, how I should be offended, or we're going to base off of one person's offense? Because if that's the case, then everybody is offensive. Because everyone isn't liked. That's just the way life works. Everyone isn't like. I'm going to say something that's going to probably turn off the majority of this audience. I am not a big fan of Obama. I'm just not a fan. I used to like the guy. I used to love the guy. After doing my own research, I'm like, oh, I'm just not a fan. I don't hate him. Just not a fan. You offer me the opportunity to see Obama or Drake, I'm picking Drake. You offer an opportunity to see Obama or, I don't know, Hulk Hogan. I mean, not Hulk Hogan, that's a bad example. But The Rock, I'm picking The Rock. I'm just not a fan. So, but we can't, we can't condone behavior to someone who decides that they're going to weaponize a young lady action when she was a freshman in high school, 14, 15, 16 years old, and say, I'm going to use this 14, 15, 16-year-old action that you did at that time period, freeze frame it, and use it 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the line to stop your opportunity and your growth and to cancel what you're doing. Some of us will call that a hater. If you want true growth, and she deserves true growth, and maybe she has gotten that true growth, I don't know. I can't speak on that. Then we have to be able to allow her to allow her to see our perspective on why it may have been offensive again to this young man who decided to screenshot that and use that later on. Because again, I'm not offended by the video. Um, Nor am I offended by the fact that she was, she used the words. I can care less because it wasn't. To me, it's about your intent. How are you intending to use that word? It's more is more derogative to me on whether or not I'm gonna react a certain way. I have been called that by white people who and white ladies, for example, and there could be some relationships with me and these white ladies where we that's what we doing. Like I'm like I'm with it. Like yeah, well I'm so you know what I'm saying. This is YouTube, so you know what I'm saying. But there's also situations where it was just that's just how we talk with each other because our music that we listen to has us all the time. We're surrounded by this pluralistic country, this pluralistic world. Well, it's only pluralistic if you say this person is acceptable or you say this action is acceptable. But the minute that you don't feel like that, then you're no longer accepting of this particular person in your pluralistic world, which should have really no limits to it, right? You know. But I digress. I'm gonna post the screenshot of this thing, which you probably can see now. I'm also gonna post the link. I want you guys to listen, like read into it. Um, I'm gonna give a shout out to Trey Kravis. I heard it from him originally. I'm just kind of rechanting from his read of the story, but man, it broke my heart because it's just I I don't know what the end game is for any of this if we're not allowing people to grow. And the minute that someone makes a mistake, we're done. We're done with them. They're disposable because then everyone is disposable. Literally everyone. There's no perfect person. So we have to make a decision as a society. What do we want our future to look like? And that first step starts here. We got to take a look at that. I'm gonna have some ratchet stuff coming up. So look out for that. And we'll have again some political stuff coming up, some sports stuff coming up. Just to give you guys a quick rundown, my favorite, favorite, favorite basketball player is Kevin Durant. I think he's the best. My favorite football player is Tom Brady. I think he's the best. So, if I sound a little biased, it will always be on those sides. And I'm going to call it out now because that is absolutely true. But I'm going to be as fair as possible on all fronts. Let's knock this out of the park. Let's make some money. Let's stay positive. Let's keep our heads up. Let's just get real.